What's up, everyone? Tom here, just checking in with my new video blog. Got a bunch of work done today. So I know on my last one I said that I was going to stop working on the logo. It was finalized, hands off, no more. If I kept on working at it, I would spend all my time on it. And of course, I spent most of today working on the logo because I just wasn't satisfied with it. Decided to make it a little less visual, toned it down from 3 colors to 2, though I've got a couple of different shades of gray in there, and added a little bit more texture, a little more pop to the diamond that dots the eye. I also went from Photoshop to Illustrator. Let me turn the music off. Because basically I got an earful from a coworker explaining why I was a fool for trying to make a logo in a raster image editing program when, of course, I would need it in a vector format so I could scale it up, scale it down, do whatever I want with it. So it took me a little bit to sort of get my bearings in Illustrator, but once I did, it came out pretty good. And then I also went ahead and styled the nav. So we've got sparkly little diamonds separating all the menu items. I went ahead and I put in a flashy little search up position fixed in the top right corner because I couldn't really figure out a good spot for it in the header, and things were just getting a little too big. Basically, the header was about half the width of the loading page, which is just too fat. Even now, it's still a little too big. It needs to get condensed a little bit more, but I think I can probably just take out some spacing around the tagline and be okay there. Because again, you don't want it too cramped, otherwise it starts to get claustrophobic. So over on the search results page just to make sure that that was styled correctly, and it's looking pretty good. So my next steps, now that I kind of have the look and feel of the site coming together, I need to hit the body copy pretty hard, make sure that all my text styles are up to date there. I know that I used a couple of captions, just the default WordPress captions on images that I'd done a couple of posts ago, and the line height there is way out. I also got to make sure that my bold and italics are rating as bold and italic. And make sure that I'm satisfied with the link colors, though. First pass, they look pretty good. A lot of my styling is coming from Bootstrap. While I'm not using it specifically for grid or anything like that, I am using it as doing some on my text and link stylings as well. So that's saving me a little bit of time from having to go over and make sure that every A permutation is correctly styled. I hate having to do that. So yeah, things are shaping right along. Going back to the to-do list, it looks like I'm about a third of the way down. I need to start creating post categories so that I can have a nice intuitive aggregate page. We'll probably keep the recent post page, but then I went ahead and I stubbed out a few pages. I've got checkers, portfolio, about, and archive, and I'm thinking that archive will probably be our nice, sexy looking page. You can see the most recent posts displayed in a kind of attractive format, and then we'll also have post categories and most popular posts, stuff like that. And then probably also just your standard month and year separated chronological archive. I got to install a couple of plugins. Day devoted. Currently, I have them disabled, but got to hit that pretty hard. And then I've got to create an account and activate Ask-A-Met, because that's going to take care of my blog spam, that was a huge deal whenever you have a WordPress WordPress install. From there, we start to dig into the individual pages. So I need to make my portfolio page look real nice. The about page, that's going to be pretty simple. Just a few paragraphs of text and a couple images. We're good to go there. But the portfolio, obviously, it's got to be my best foot forward. So I'm going to have to figure out something fancy to do. Just as a layout theme, something that I've noticed is that this whole business card look is pretty in. With Facebook updated their mobile apps, and I think that Google might have even done more than that to reflect this sort of the idea that all of the information that you want comes on a business card. Basically, you want little bite-sized chunks that break it down and then give you access to more bite-sized chunks. And so that's a methodology that I think I'm going to try and use for my portfolio page. Just create nice blocks for everything. Figure out how many blocks and what makes the cut and what doesn't, and whether I need another subcategorization under portfolio, separate things out into work and personal, or it's all websites. So I'm really my skills as a designer or artist necessarily. Though it might be good to have the option in the future. So when portfolio page is done, then I am going to start transferring this bad boy over to my semi-live server. Just get it up under a subdomain of my primary domain, looking for group, while I try and decide whether this block is diamonds is going to be the final name. Decent possibility I might change it, even though I've spent now 3 days working the logo for it, so it's good for me. I should. It's got a lot of Old Spice branding, and I don't know if I want something that reminds people of deodorant on business cards necessarily. That being said, I don't know. I like the theme. It seems like it came off pretty well. The watermark and the logo definitely mesh. The navigation sounds are right. They're not amazing, but shoot, I sink more time into that, but I might end up spending another day just getting those all perfect. But yeah, so then once it's semi-live, got to get the domain name. Once I've got the domain name, I just have to transfer over to DNS so that it lives correctly, make sure that my htaccess is up to snuff so that everything is aliased correctly. And yeah, then we're on to the whole point of this project, which is to build a checkers game. So nothing like a old-fashioned, completely different subject to get you started on a project. But this is what I know. This is what I like to do, and I really, really do need a portfolio site anyway. So I think this is good. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Just solidly productive day. Really liking how this site's shaping up, and I'll talk to you guys soon.